Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel called Living in Hayward, Wisconsin. My name is Audrey Miller. I'm the broker owner of Northwest Wisconsin Realty Team, and I've lived in this area for 35 plus years, which makes me sound kind of old, but I moved here when I was pretty young. So anyway, the content of our video today is 5 reasons why you may not want to live in Hayward, Wisconsin. And I might even throw in a number 6 at no additional charge. So getting started today on 5 reasons why you may not want to live in Hayward. So what has been happening lately, as we all know, through the pandemic and changes that came because of that, a lot of people are having the option to work from home, work remotely, when in the past they would have had to go into the office. So this is especially geared towards people who have lived in a bigger city most of their lives or in a more urban area versus the rural area that is Hayward. And maybe you're considering moving here full time. Maybe you've been here vacationing and loved it and are thinking about just working remotely and living here full time. Maybe you're thinking of taking a job at the hospital here, at one of the manufacturing facilities, and just wondering, like, what is it like to live in Hayward? And hey, if you like my channel, please like or subscribe to get information about living in Hayward on an ongoing basis and also about the real estate market in the area. Or feel free to reach out to me at any time directly or leave a comment below if there's subjects you'd like for me to talk about during these videos. So number 1, if you don't like wintertime, we have some pretty serious winter here in the Hayward and surrounding areas. I would say from mid to end of November until early April, we typically have snow on the ground. It doesn't come and go like I've heard people talk about in Colorado. Once it's here to stay for the winter. Now, if you love outdoor activities like skiing and snowmobiling, then you're definitely in the right place. But if you don't like the cold or the snow or the ice, Hayward may not be the place for you. It gets to be below 0 on a fairly regular basis, and unless you like those outdoor activities, the winter can get pretty long and gray. So that is definitely something to consider. Now, if you've lived in the Midwest before, Minnesota, North Dakota, even Illinois, Michigan, then you're pretty well prepared for Wisconsin, I would say. Second thing, there's no Target close by. So if you want to go to a mall, if you want to go to Target, if you want shopping at your fingertips, this is not the place for you. We have a Walmart and we have grocery stores, and to get to what I would call like normal shopping that you'd be used to in an urban area, a Barnes and Noble, a mall, all of those things, you're looking at driving an hour and a half to either Eau Claire or Duluth for those things. All right, so that was number 2. Number 3 is it is hard to find contractors in this area. I'm talking like builders, plumbers, electricians, handymen. The dynamic we have in and around the Hayward area is that there are many, many second homeowners here who do not live and work in this area. So the population that is available for the trades versus the demand is just not in sync. Now, if you're handy and you can do these things yourself, or if you have patience, then not a problem. But especially if you don't know people here and are not plugged into the community, it's a small town, so it's not what you know, it's who you know. If you're not plugged in that way, or you're only here part-time, you may have a very hard and frustrating time finding people to do the work that you need done around your property. So that's just something to be aware of. It's a dynamic that we have in this area. But if you connect with someone like me who knows people, then maybe I could call in some favors. That's how it works in a small town. Another thing is, if you travel a lot, I would not recommend living full-time in Hayward, simply because we are quite a distance from an international airport. Duluth is about an hour and a half away, and that has limited flights, and they typically are more expensive, and they'll just puddle jump to Minneapolis, and then you go from there anyway. So Minneapolis is the main choice that we have for an airport, and that is about 3 hours drive to get to an airport. So if you're traveling a few times a year, no big deal. If you travel frequently for work or for something else, you might find it to be less than ideal to be almost 3 hours from a main airport. Another thing is lack of anonymity. So we're a small town. People know each other. They like each other for the most part. They get along, but you are going to get to know people. There's small town gossip. You're going to walk into places and always know someone after you've been here a few years. People are very friendly. These are all pros if you want to be part of a small town community and kind of that heartfelt network of people. If you're a person who likes the anonymity of a larger town, then this might not be the place for you. And I'll give you a bonus one. Number 6 is, I would say, lack of restaurants, and especially different types of restaurants. So the variety that we have here is not anywhere near what you would find in a larger city. We have quite a few dinner clubs, bars, restaurants, but similar menus at a lot of places, and not a lot of options if you like vegan or really fresh made foods or that kind of thing. Maybe part of it is just distribution of food products to restaurants, since we are kind of a little bit away from probably where those items are being delivered from. So that's one thing, along with cultural experiences such as concerts, opera, the theater, all of that, virtually non-existent in this area. Although we do have live music at lots of bars and restaurants, especially in the summertime. So that might be a good consolation prize for you. But being this far from a large city, we just don't have a lot of those amenities. So hopefully this helps you in your decision of whether you might want to move to Hayward full-time. If you have additional questions, feel free to reach out to me. Or if you're thinking of moving here and you're looking to buy a house, I am happy to help you with that.